Hey, I'm Sophia Nova, and I have been staring at this story for the better part of an hour trying to wrap my head around it. So here's my ask before we dive in. Give me the next 6 minutes. Not a 15-second clip, not a swipe, 6 actual minutes. Because the thing about short-form scrolling is it trains your brain to chase the next little hit of dopamine, and you walk away feeling like you learned something when you really just felt something. 6 minutes is the sweet spot where information actually sticks. So let's slow down together and really get this one, because it's a doozy. Okay. Anthropic, the AI company behind Claude, has reportedly built a new class of models codenamed Mythos, and they've decided it is too dangerous to release to the public. Let me say that again, because it did not compute the first time I read it. A company built something, looked at it, and said, nope, the world isn't ready for this. Here's the thing that makes Mythos different. We've all gotten used to AI that writes emails and summarizes PDFs. Mythos is in a whole other lane. We're talking about models with potent autonomous hacking capabilities. Not help a human hack autonomous. The kind of system that could, in theory, find vulnerabilities, chain them together, and break into things largely on its own. And that's exactly why Anthropic is refusing a public launch. Instead, they're doing something they're calling Project Glasswing, a restricted rollout to roughly 50 partners. 50. That's it. Think vetted governments, critical infrastructure defenders, top security labs. The logic is basically, if this capability is going to exist, we'd rather hand it to the defenders first so they can patch the holes before the bad actors find the same doors. Honestly, that's a defensible call. But 50 seats at the table also means everyone not at the table is suddenly very, very nervous. And that's where this stops being a tech story and becomes a geopolitics story. The European Union is now pushing to intensify talks with the United States over access. That word, intensify, that's diplomat speak for, we are not happy and we want in. Japan has ordered a full security review. India went straight to action and pushed its banks to patch their systems, which tells you how seriously they're taking the threat of an AI that can autonomously probe financial infrastructure. But the detail that made me actually put my coffee down? The Trump administration is reportedly negotiating its own access, even though it had previously blacklisted Anthropic. So you've got a government that publicly distanced itself from this company quietly trying to get a key to the most powerful cyber tool around. As someone who spent way too long last night reading the threads on this, the hypocrisy is almost the point. Capability this serious bends everyone's principles. Let me give you two angles to chew on. First, the safety angle. This is the AI safety crowd's entire argument made real, a model so capable that its own maker won't ship it. For years, people rolled their eyes at AI is dangerous as marketing hype. This is the first time a company is essentially saying it out loud with a product. Second, the power angle. Whoever controls Glasswing controls an asymmetric advantage in cyberspace. That's why the EU, Japan, and India aren't asking about ethics, they're asking about access. In a world where offense and defense are both AI-driven, being on the outside of that 50-partner list is a national security gap. Now, here's where it gets interesting for your wallet, and stay with me. The market is quietly reading this as confirmation that frontier AI is real, scarce, and strategically priceless. Look at the chip layer underneath all of it. NVIDIA is sitting at a PEG ratio of 0.65 with about 41% analyst upside, which in plain English means it may be cheap relative to how fast it's growing. The picks and shovels of the AI arms race tend to win no matter who wins the war. On my daily watch list, the value tilts toward names like Intuit, PEG 0.86 with 51% upside, and UiPath at a PEG of just 0.4, automation plays riding the same wave. Meanwhile, the speculative, hype-heavy corner is flashing caution. MicroStrategy at a PEG of 2.85 and Tesla way out at 6 lands squarely on the sell side. The lesson the smart money keeps repeating: own the infrastructure, not the hype. So, what do we watch next? 3 things. 1. Whether Anthropic publishes any real detail on Mythos's capabilities, or keeps it a black box. Transparency versus secrecy is the whole ballgame. 2. Whether those UCU talks produce an actual access framework or just more friction between allies. And 3. Whether any of those 50 partners leaks, because the second this capability escapes the walled garden, every patch deadline on Earth moves up. This is one of those stories that's going to look obvious in hindsight, the moment AI stopped being a chatbot and became a weapon worth negotiating treaties over. I'll be tracking every twist. I'm Sophia Nova with Nova Brief, keeping you ahead of the news.